WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting, well, rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I have the second video here from my Weems series of their batch strength blended malt, no grain included. And today I have the Spice King, 58%, €37.90, which I think is a fabulous price. Whiskey base number 126378. This is still the 2019 version, which is still available over here in Germany. There was a 2017 version, which was 56% ABV. So you can always see Weems has this, is this a goose or a swan? I guess it's a swan, right? Let's say that's a swan or pelican or something like that. I don't know. Oh. And so this is part of a series. We have the peat chimney, which is the smoky version. And we have the, which will be my comparison whiskey today, the Hive, which is the sweet waxy version. This is 55.5% ABV. This is €2 cheaper, which I think is still a fabulous price value for money here that we have. All right, and I'm going to read the back of the label here of the Spice King in the second, and then I found something that kind of disturbed me, let's say that. Here it says here, Spice King batch strength number 2 is an extraordinary batch of our blended malt bottled in a limited quantity of 9,000 bottles. 2007, they did the first one with 6,000 bottles, by the way. Released at the strength found to be ideal for the character of this batch at a spicy 58% alcohol by volume, created from single malts with signature spicy flavors that combine sweet cereal notes, aromatic spices, effervescent palate, and peppery smoke finish. As soon as I read the word smoke, it was like, oh no, why did they do that? You have here a sweet waxy moment. You have here more of a Highland character with the spice. And then you have here your peat. Why in all the world did you put a little bit of peat in here? Well, I'm talking on behalf of all the non-peat loving people in the world. I do like a good peated whiskey sometimes. Starting to get into it. I started with Highland Park, moved over to Taliska, Scotch I like, other things, but I'm not a particular fan of a little bit of peat. Then it turns into these very, very old gym sock moment. So if I smell this, I get a little bit of peat, and that little bit of peat with a limey zest moment turns into something that's a little bit like, we call those cheese feet over here. These are very bad old gym socks. I do not like this nose because of that tiny bit of peat included in there. It's a spicy, it's a peppery moment. It's an interesting, but yet not very much my wheelhouse type of moment. Excuse me. The Hive, in comparison, I love this nose. This is a fabulous, waxy, lemony, sweet, and a little bit of malty nose. Very, very good nose. If you watch my video about this, you know I love this whiskey with water. It's 55.5%. This is 58%. €35.90, €37.90, €37.90. It's an amazing value for money, both of these. Buy the batch strength if you can. Do not buy the watered down 46% if you find it. Go for, and over here in Germany, it's like €5 more to pay for 10+ percentage points of alcohol. Go for it. It's worth it. They're much, much better. Don't be afraid of using a little bit of water. Use a teaspoon, put a little bit of water in there, bring it down to the drinking strength you like. You're going to really enjoy it. All right, over here, as I said, I'm going to ignore the nose because of that little bit of peat. I'm going to try this, and I'm going to just say, That's a surprise. All right, started off very nice. A little bit of woody, a little bit of fruitiness, more of a yellow plum, more of a gooseberry type of moment, and then you got a little bit of wood, a little bit of alcohol, and then it kicked in. There was this wonderful briny type of lemony moment. This has a very, very good finish. I like that finish. A little bit of bitterness in there, but it's actually was at 58%. Well done. I've blended some Irish whiskey before. Louise from JJ Corey actually has done a blending course over here in Germany. And the problem was sometimes, whiskey was like, I don't know. Oh, wow, middle palate, I don't know. And then other whiskeys I've actually done, it's like, wow. And then it's like mid-palate, I don't know, and finish, wow. And to get that a nice, oh yeah, moment is really, really the art of blending. And to be very honest, this tastes more like an oyster rock, or now it's called island rock. Douglas Lang has a remarkable whiskeys series where they took the islands, and it's like a mixture of Arran, 2/3 Arran, and one maybe 4/5 Arran and 1/5 Talisker. Not perfect in my opinion. I much rather prefer the Hive. But this is a very interesting whiskey for those that are not put off by a little bit of peat, a little bit of smoke in there. All right, I'm going to dilute it down a tiny little bit. Actually, it doesn't get much better diluted down. To be very, very honest, the 58% is very nice. I'm going to dilute it down to about 52%. It's still a very, very nice whiskey. This is going to be, for me, a typical C+ whiskey. This was a B-, mine is C++. Both of these whiskeys are outstanding values for money. If you can find them, I could recommend them. On the nose, it's more of a briny type of lemony moment. There's a little bit of a spice in there. There's supposed to be sherry in here, which I don't hardly get at all. Water seems to pull out the smokiness of this a little bit more. We have alcohol soluble and we have water soluble moments, and the ppm, the phenolin are more of an alcohol soluble, but when you put water in there, they peak. And the end of the bitterness is still a little bit there. This bitterness disappears when we take it down to like 48, 52%. Very, very nice. This bitterness continues on even with a little bit of water. Is it a bad whiskey? No. Is it a whiskey you need a little bit more of a palate for? Yes. So if I had to be very honest, I would start off with this if you're a beginner. Sweet, malted goodness. Move over this, a little bit of a smokiness with more spice, a little bit more alcohol, 58%. Very, very well done. Also exactly at the batch strength they produced it at. Good prices, 55, that means 35 euros 90, and this is 37 euros 90. Well done in the price segment. Don't be surprised if new bottles come out in 2021 or 2022. They need to get smaller. We have shelf space problems, and these dumpy bottles take up a little bit too much space in the shelf space. Yeah, I like C for the value, C+ for the value for money. You need to have a little bit of smokiness in your life to enjoy this to the maximum. All right, thank you very much for watching. The question of the day is, what whiskey from Weems can you recommend? It could be a Kingsbarn, it could be a Weems single cask, it could be one of these from the standard range, it could be the, what was it called again, with the groove, with all these different colors on there. One of those. What Weems whiskey can you recommend? And say, hey, Jason, try that. Do a video about that as well. There are a couple videos out there about the Spice King. They were all first batch as soon as I could find out. So I did the second batch, yay. So it's possible for me to do that. All the best. Please like, subscribe, tell others, and thank you very much for watching. WhiskyJason here. Bye-bye.